Today we are very, very pleased to welcome Daniel Levy. Daniel is the longest-serving chairman in the Premier League, chairman of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club since 2000. A boyhood Spurs fan attending his first match at Old White Hart Lane in the 1960s, Daniel, unlike many of our membership, graduated with a first in economics and land economy from Sydney, Sussex, Cambridge. The managing director of ENIC International, Daniel spent decades working at the highest level of business and sport. Daniel Levy, welcome.
In the 22 years, Tottenham has progressed enormously in that time period. Not as much as a fan we would hope, but hopefully the journey's not over, and we're still hoping that we're going to get that trophy which we need. So when we first came into Tottenham, winning was making sure we stayed in the Premier League, and then as time goes on and we got more successful, it was about getting into the Europa League, getting into Champions League. And obviously the ultimate is to win the trophies. So that is clearly what we're trying to do. It's easier said than done. Am I happy that we haven't won more than one trophy in the last 15 years? Absolutely not. But I also think that we've had some fantastic times. We've been in Champions League a number of times, and despite the fact that I feel sick that there's a club in North London that's a bit higher than us at this moment in time, if I look back over the last 5 years, we've also been above them. So that's what happens, right? So all I was doing was protecting the interests of my club, and I shouldn't be seen as a negative, the fact that I want to maximise the price for the benefit of the club, because all the money goes back into reinvesting. If you go back in history, Tottenham was a club that has lots of history because it's won things. In recent time, it's not been where it needs to be. But as I said before, we're on a journey, and we need to get better success on the pitch. But we have been in the Champions League a number of times, and we almost got there, winning the ultimate, which would have been winning the Champions League. We can absolutely win a trophy at Spurs. But being a legend is also important. The fact that he's the top scorer for Tottenham Hotspur, he's making history, and I hope one day that there's a statue of Harry Kane outside our stadium, and we have a duty to consider any proposals that anyone wants to make. All I would say is we're not in negotiations with anybody, nor have we been over recent months, and all the stuff that has been in the newspapers is completely untrue. So everything we've been doing in the stadium itself, like the NFL and our recently announced Formula One partnership, is really to expand the revenue streams for the venue, and all that money gets reinvested in the team. Because if you look at the amount of money that Tottenham has spent on new players over the last 5 or 10 years, and you compare it with certain other clubs in the Premier League, not only have we exceeded those clubs, but actually some of those clubs may well have been more successful than us on the pitch. There is not necessarily a direct link between the amount of money you spend and getting success on the pitch.
I think we've all been very, very lucky to spend some time with Daniel today, and I hope you'd all join me, give him a big round of applause. Thank you for coming.
What do you think of Tottenham? It's the greatest club in the world.